out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. Have you ever met a single person in your life that enjoys paying taxes? No one does. If you can't sleep at night because you have a huge problem with the IRS, I've got some free advice for you. This service is strictly limited to individuals that owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes. And if you qualify, we can guarantee that you won't be writing a big fat check to the IRS, or our services cost you nothing. The first 100 people that call today will get a free tax consultation worth $500. Stop worrying about your IRS problem. We can help you, we promise. Call the tax doctor right now. I mean right now to learn more.
800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. 800-240-4587. That's 800-240-4587.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
1, 2, 3, now we're playing with the big boys. Gonna take it to the street, now we're gonna make a big noise. Gonna climb so high, now we're rising up. Are you ready now? Turn it up.
Woohoo! Happy Thursday!
Hello. Welcome back to Hight Tea with Kim and Alyssa.
Yes, you guys, we're so excited. Let us know you're on. Let us know what's in your cup. We gotta just be totally transparent here. I would have had a full cup had I have these beautiful teacups that I ordered off of an undisclosed super fast delivery mass conglomerate called Amazon. And the heat, I guess, I guess it separated the handle. So in the lobby, thank God there's no cameras. I dropped it all over my sweet friend. It got in her face. It got all over everything. But you know what? We're overcomers.
We're here. We have a special guest with us tonight.
Yes.
We have Miss Stephanie here with us. She runs the blog Everything Arlington and DFW.
Yes, I cannot wait. So I've been so excited about this since last week. She knows everything.
She does. Stephanie, hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
You're fantastic.
Good. I'm so thankful you're on.
I'm trying to get on here. I'm working on it. I'm here. I promise I'm here somewhere.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Why don't you give us a little bit about yourself?
So I am Stephanie. I am the mom behind Everything Arlington, and my page is kind of a labor of love. I started it when my kids were a lot younger than they are now, and it's kind of, they've grown along with my page and my following, and it's been a lot of fun. I enjoy kind of being the mom in the know. So
yeah. So how did that come about, you wanting to do this?
Well, I was a journalism major in college, so I've always kind of liked writing and just knowing all the things. And when my kids were little, I was that mom who would put them in the minivan with the DVD on and drive absolutely anywhere. Yeah. Anybody found anything that was cool, they would say, "Oh, I heard about this place in Waxahachie," and I'd be like, "Okay, I'll go there tomorrow and I'll let you know how it is." And so back when Facebook really was not what it is now, I would share everything kind of on my personal profile, and friends
Right.
would always say, I want to share this, but your profile is set to private, so none of my friends can see it when I share it. And so I started a page when my oldest was in kindergarten, and she's finishing up 8th grade now. So
Wow.
it's grown along with her. Yeah.
Yeah. We
I
told you
I
she
don't
had
even
all the steals and deals.
I don't even know what it's like to be private. I'm like,
not a private.
Yeah.
I'm not a private person, and my profile, even my husband's like, for security reasons. I'm like, yeah, but in my, because I'm so famous, my followers just might wonder what's going on, and yeah.
Yes.
No, I love your page. Oh my gosh, like.
I do. I love seeing all
So
the things that you guys go and do. I'm like, oh, I want to do that. I want to do that. And I want to do
yes.
that. Like,
And by the way, my children saw the what is it? You just recently did the live action game where you're in
Yes.
a game?
yeah, that's
Yes.
definitely on the list.
There are several of those places that have kind of popped up in the past, couple of months and years. And I have to be honest, I'm not a gamer. I just have never really gotten into video games. But when you go and you do it as an immersive experience, even somebody who's not a gamer like me has a blast. But we did this one this weekend in Flower Mound. It's called EVA. It stands for Esports Virtual Arenas. And you have the full face thing on, and you've got, the fake gun in your hand, and you are killing zombies. And I will tell you, there was a few times I about crawled out of my skin because these life-size zombies, bigger than you, are coming at you, and you're like, I know this isn't real, but this is really freaky. So
Tiny little part of your brain that like, what if it is?
yes, that like it's coming at me and it's super weird. So
you're a girl mom. We're boy moms.
We're boy moms. So like we get the video game.
We get the video game
for
thing.
it.
Yes. And I will tell you, putting on the VR and doing a zombie simulation killing game, it did stress me out to the point my kids were like laughing because I'm like, oh my gosh, mom, I don't know what to do. And I'm freaking out, and they're just laughing at me. I'm like, you guys could be helpful, save me
a little bit.
That is so crazy. Yes. So how long ago did you get started on this?
I started my page in, I guess it was like the middle of 2016. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. I love that. And you don't just put stuff out there for just families. Like you put stuff out there for, a girls' night out, a grown-ups night out, right?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes there are things that I think, I've let my kids tag along to everything. And sometimes I just don't want my kids with me. So I did a really fun wine and food tour last week in Grapevine with some friends, and it was tons of fun and totally, not kid appropriate. It was wine and chocolate and cheese and
I
really
saw
good.
The pictures.
It looked
amazing.
Yeah,
and I'm a big foodie, so I'm like, I need to get on this food tour business. Well, everything that you do, I'm like, I'm in the wrong stage of life. Like I am just not doing it right. Okay, so I know on your page, you not only just you give deals, you share all the information, but then you also do giveaways and things. Am I right?
Yeah. I just finished one today for the Dallas Zoo. I got to give away one of their mid-tier memberships. So that one was cool because it's not something you just go once, like it's a whole year membership. So
that's amazing.
Yeah. And I've got a couple coming up. I've got some spring break stuff that I just have not had time to kind of unroll yet, but I've got in the next week, I've got some tickets to Legoland and Sea Life up at Grapevine Mills, and I've got tickets, kind of a whole evening package at Evo Entertainment in South Lake, and I've got some tickets to Fun Box. It's like a big bounce house emporium. They were at Grapevine Mills and Legacy over in the fall, and so they open at Hearst at Northeast Mall tomorrow, and so I'll have a giveaway for people to go bounce next week.
Awesome. Yeah.
You guys just tuning in, real quick. You guys tuning in. We have Stephanie that is Facebook fabulous with Everything Arlington and DFW. She's a blogger. She will give you all the deals, all the steals, giveaways, all the amazing things. Real quick, just want to say hi to everyone that's on, and make sure you guys post what you're drinking. That's our big thing, Stephanie, is we love to share, what's in our cups, because we're Hight Tea, and you can't always guarantee that there's tea in our cups. So we do like to throw that out there, but did want to say hey to everyone. And make sure you guys are sharing this, because you don't want to miss out on all the happenings.
Yes. And it looks like Tiffany has got your page, and she's scrolling through some of the pictures and stuff of things that you've done here recently. It looks like your wine tours up there right now. And and I did notice today you posted a bunch of spring break deals, and spring break, I guess. So we're homeschool moms. So it's next week, right?
For Tarrant County, yes. So Dallas County
I'm like,
wrapping up.
Spring break is when I say so. You don't tell me when my spring break is.
So I did see you posted a lot of stuff on there for spring break.
Such good stuff too. And a lot of these places I've never been. And I did notice you've had people come onto your page that have been Arlington lifers, and they're like, I've lived here for 50 years and I'm just now figuring this out.
Yes. I didn't grow up here either. So this is my husband's hometown. He was Arlington born and raised, but I was not. But I've been here a long time, so I feel it's home to me now. But
that's incredible. My question is, and this is a random one, I was like thinking on all the things I could ask you. And what I want to ask you is, as much as you give the deals and you do all the things and you're a part of all the things, do you ever have people come to you and say, what should I steer clear of, like on the opposite spectrum? And are you transparent with that?
Yeah, I mean that is always a tricky question. Yeah, I do get that. I won't say a lot, but I'll get people who message me and say, especially around like the holidays, when there are so many amazing things happening around DFW, and people will message me and say, okay, we only have, time or money for one thing, what is the best? And it's always hard to say, because, there are definitely places. My husband and I always play this game that once we leave somewhere, he's like, okay, what is the cost on that? What is that cost, that experience we just had? What is the cost for a family of 5 like we have? Yeah. And so I'll sit there and bring up, I'll say, okay, it would have been $250. It would have been $300. And he'll kind of go, would I have been happy with that for $300? And so it's always challenging, because things have gotten so expensive, and some of these experiences that you go to are incredible. But when you look back, you're like, well, it was an hour experience and it would have cost us $300. And so when people do message me and ask me those questions, I always kind of have to ask qualifiers, because I'm like, well, help me narrow it down. Is cost really important to you, or is this going to be your one thing that you're all in on? And this is your whole, holiday or your whole spring break. You've got blow the budget on one event, or you're looking to do something small each day. So it depends.
Yeah. Okay. You are like, I know that right now my husband's probably like dancing around the kitchen going, Alyssa, this is what I've been telling you. This is who you need to be. Like,
listen to her.
You need to listen to her on everything, because that's, he's quality versus quantity. But at the same time, it's like, if you can get some awesome experience for a third of the cost, why not? Like, there's no bad review to that, Yeah. Yes. So that's really freaking cool. Okay. So did you say you have 3 girls?
I have 3 daughters. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine. Can't imagine.
Is there one thing on the spring break deals that you posted about? Is there one thing that you're like super excited about, or are they all kind of up there with excitement?
Oh gosh. Well, it's challenging, because, my kids aren't little anymore, and whether I love that or hate that, it doesn't matter, because they're just not little anymore. And so, a lot of the things, that I have posted, a good many of them are kind of maybe more targeted toward younger kids. Like my 10-year-olds might love a lot of those things, but my 14-year-old would go, Mom, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So it's a little challenging to say which one I love. Like, I think River Legacy has amazing programming, but I don't think it's targeted at my kids anymore. Right. Same thing, like that whole there's a whole dino weekend next weekend at the Grand Prairie Libraries that sounds like it's just going to be a blast. And, 5 years ago, my younger two would have lived there all day, every day, but they're not kids anymore. They're not little kids anymore. And so I don't know that it would be top of my list now to go. My kids now are more like, let's go to, actually what we're dying to do is go to Six Flags, because my kids are super into, like, Halloween is our season. We love horror movies and all of that. And so Six Flags is capitalizing on, they have Fright Fest during the fall season, right? And then this year at Christmas time, they had a haunted holiday house, which my kids just
I didn't know that.
It has been
years. And so they're bringing back, like, during this week and next week for spring break, they have like a haunted luau house that my kids are just like, Mom, when are we going to go to that? And so yes, so that is the kind of stuff my kids now would be like, oh my gosh, I want to go see this crazy haunted whatever island-esque house, because that's where we're at in life, is that we like
I love it
stuff.
I love that. We are a big horror haunted house Halloween.
See, and I don't like to be scared. I don't do the scary stuff, but like my youngest, he's gotten more scared as he's gotten older, but when he was younger, he threw a fit at the Spirit Halloween store because I would not buy him this zombie baby doll. Like full on, like in the cart, throwing himself back because I wouldn't buy a zombie baby doll. And I was like, that thing is not coming home with us.
By the way, you also can't do anything that has anything to do with clowns.
No.
With this one over here.
No,
she can't do it.
No clowns.
I don't love clowns either. My kids probably do, but yeah, I could do without those for sure.
It's just not fun.
Yeah.
So as your girls get older, is your page going to like grow with them? And is it going to be geared? Are you going to keep it towards kind of like a family thing, or like, hey, here's some things like, is it going to grow like with your kids?
I think both. I definitely have. So I have probably some people that you guys know too, but I have a couple of moms that still have younger kids that I can trust to go and, do events, because I still see the value in having, like, I will tell you, there have been so many amazing play areas that have popped up around DFW since my kids were little, like all these play street museums and these places that I would have given my right arm to have for my kids when they were little, that have now popped up and are fabulous. And so I get contacted by a lot of them, and I do have one or two moms that I can trust to get me content and get it quickly. And so I will send them out and say, hey, will you go do this and review it for me, just because I don't have a kid to bring anymore.
Right.
And so I have done, right. But then when it comes to my kids, there's still so much that we're learning and doing every day, and so many cool things happening. So it's kind of both. I would love to kind of branch into more travel content. And kind of some destination stuff, but that's more challenging when, because we don't homeschool and we're kind of bound by school holidays, and that it's challenging. So over the summer, I do showcase more, like, here's what you could do if you go to Houston for the weekend, and here's what you do if you go to
posts where you guys were in like Kansas City or Ohio or something random, and like this like epic science museum that you guys were at. I was like, I want to plan a trip just to go to that.
Yes.
Like, it looked amazing.
Yes.
Yes. That one is in Oklahoma City, by the way. It is still like, we love science museums, and we went to that one a couple years ago, and that has been far and away the coolest museum we have ever been to. Like, my kids talk about it all the time. It was a really cool museum.
Well, now that you've come on with us, you can add us to the trusty moms that if you just need people to go experience things, please, by all means, charge us to do it.
Yes.
We're always looking for things to do that are outside of the bubble of norm, and to really make those memories. I mean, we both don't have our moms, so we've learned the value of making memories, and we've had to step into that super mom role to really do all the things. Yes. So that's incredible. Oh my goodness. And then, okay, so for I know you have a lot of viewers on your page, a lot of followers. Is it fairly easy to reach you just on Facebook Messenger? how quick are you able to return messages? I mean, I know you're not like in your phone all day, so.
No, some days my husband will tell you I'm on my phone all day. Sometimes my kids are like, "Mom, put down the phone and look at me." I'm like, "I know, I'm responding
But
to
there's a
this."
deal.
Yes,
But there is
yes,
a deal.
I know. I'm like, but I need to respond to these people right now. No, I'm pretty fast to respond. On Instagram or Messenger.
Okay.
Instagram makes it a little easier just because the way Facebook formats the messages, like people will reply to stories that I put on Facebook, and I don't know what they're
Yes.
replying to, and I'll have to guess, and I'm like,
Yes.
is this what I'm like, what did I just post in my stories that this is in response to? Instagram, it'll say, they're responding to the story.
Yes.
I'm like, oh
Okay.
yeah, but on Facebook it'll pop up and I'm like, oh, I don't know, this looks delicious. I'm like, ooh, I posted like 4 things. What are we talking about here? So
And we will link your Instagram on our page as well
Yes,
so
for
that they can
sure.
find you.
I think
yes,
my generation, I'm a little bit older than Kim over here, but my generation is Facebook bound. Like
yeah.
we're
I mean that's yes, I am
and
I am
that is
pretty
my new
faithful to it.
MySpace. So I
Yes,
am glued
correct.
to but
We're,
I will
we're about the same age then because yes, Facebook is still kind of my
talk
go-to.
about it. We don't have to act like it, but we are,
Yes,
it's really fun.
yes,
Now I
fun.
do have another fun question for you. Have you
Okay.
ever like put a deal out there or found some secret find? And because of all the people that have gone to it, has a business ever like rescinded their offer or changed it or taken it down?
Oh gosh.
I knew that was going to be
No,
a tricky
I don't.
question.
Yeah, I mean, not.
I don't want to say
I
businesses are
don't think
Indian givers,
so.
but I do want to say, when too many people take advantage of something,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
they take it away.
Um, no, I don't think so. There's a lot of things that in hindsight, I'm like, I really wish I had asked for like an affiliate link to that because the amount of business that I sent them. I will say
Yeah.
there was a car wash a couple of years ago that, it's so funny on Facebook because the amount of followers you have and the amount of reach you have really have nothing to do with one another. And
Right.
so, your post can go crazy viral and people can share it and not ever really look at where it's coming from. And so a
Yeah.
couple years ago, I had shared this local car wash that had done this big haunted car wash for Halloween. And I had just stumbled upon it. Like I was driving down Cooper one day in October and I saw signs and I was like, how cool is that? And so that night, my girls and I went, you guys, I kid you not, it was seen by 3 million people off of my Facebook page in 2 weeks.
Woo!
They had lines. I mean, they messaged me and the social media manager was like, how did you do this? I'm like, I don't have any idea what I did. And, so every year now they're like, come out, do this again. And, it's kind of lost its cachet since then. But
Yeah.
in hindsight, I was like, if I had $1 for each person I brought your way, based
Right.
on what
Girl,
you're telling
yes.
me, I would have paid my mortgage for a couple of months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh my gosh. That's
so
too
I,
funny. Yeah.
yeah.
And a lot of
It's
people are doing that on TikTok. A lot of people are being brand ambassadors. So yeah,
yes.
but that's cool that you just do it. Like
Yeah.
there's no real connection. Like you just do it. You just want to you just want to help other people. That's what's incredible.
Yeah. I love that because I feel like when I was a new mom, like I had trouble finding, I was like, what? I have this kid and I need to do something with him. Like, what do I do now? Like, there's only so many episodes of Paw Patrol that I can watch in a day or a Mickey Mouse. Like, I gotta go. I gotta get out of this house. So, like, when I found a mom's group, and I think that's where I actually met you was through a mom's group in Arlington, Mansfield, and
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I was like, here we go. We're going in the right direction now. So like having a page like this is extremely helpful for things to do.
Yes.
Especially with, spring break coming up and people wanting to, maybe they can't travel because of work, but they have a couple of days where they can just pick a couple of things and go and do.
Yeah.
So, cause I mean, like I wouldn't want to go to the zoo during spring break. Like, oh my God.
No.
Yes.
Those of us who know, like the Fort Worth, you don't go on Wednesdays.
Yes.
If you are a membership
Yes.
holder, you don't go on Wednesdays.
Yeah. So all of you people listening,
Yes.
like 5 of you go to this business. We'll go, other 5 people go, like spread it out.
Let's spread the love.
Spread the love out.
Yes.
I do have to say, as I was looking through, and we only have a few minutes, we'll just touch on this because I couldn't stand it not to bring it up. But you had a review on your page from someone that like loved you directing them to a Dr. Kite Love Spellcaster. What is that? Apparently I'm just going to say the review is like, I lost my lover, and thanks to this page, I was able to go to a spellcaster and have an hour or two with my loved one. And I was like, that is serious business.
Okay.
Like, that's a review if I've ever heard one.
Normally I delete those. Somehow I missed that. I'm not sure how I missed that one.
I was like, she connects people with the dead. I'm totally asking for a hookup with my mother. I have questions, honey. I have questions.
All the questions. Oh my goodness.
But I had to bring that up. And because it was fairly recent. It was last December, and I died.
Really?
I couldn't help but dying. I'm sorry.
Look, you see the wheels turning.
I'm gonna have to
find
it and delete it. Yes, I will. It's gonna come down. You're gonna see.
Where
You're gonna
are
look
these
for it.
spellcasters? What are you into,
Yes.
girlfriend?
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, I wrote that down because I was like, I'm bringing it up. I don't care if she likes it or not. I'm bringing it up because it's completely hysterical and it fits right into like just who we are as in our silliness, you know. But yes, so I noticed a lot of it is Arlington and Fort Worth and South Lake and Flower Mound and all that stuff. How often do you get to come south? How often do you get to ever make it on over here to Burleson?
You know, a couple of things in Burleson. I went when Razoo's reopened. It was down there. I've done some things about HEB because I love HEB and it's coming to Mansfield finally, and I'm super excited.
I did hear that.
I did see that.
Yes. Yes.
That makes us excited because we're hoping ours will be less busy.
We are hoping. We are hoping.
I bet. I know, I just never think of going down there, you know, and when I do, I'm always like, gosh, Burleson has so many awesome things. Like in the downtown area, there's a cute little like gaming lounge my kids like to go hang out at.
Dash.
And
That's a lot of fun.
Dash is a blast.
Yes.
It's super cheap. And I will tell you, as me and my husband, we drop our kids off and then we go walk across the street to the brewery, Texas Brewery. And we sit on the patio.
Yeah, we like Old Town. Old Town's a lot of fun.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
And it is growing.
It
my
is growing
goodness,
a lot.
Growing.
Yes.
It's crazy. There's so much happening. So I did write down a couple of things. We got about a minute and a half. I'll save. I did find some things happening in Burleson and around for spring break. So I'm excited to share those. When we come back, I also have a tidbit. So Stephanie, we have a little segment we do where it's about 5 minutes or so of just reality trash. It's our reality. And so I have to discuss a little bit of the reality trash that is out there in the world. And I don't know if you're into reality TV or not. So if you are, by all means, please include your no's, your ins, your outs, your opinions, because we're big on that. I am the biggest reality trash.
Yeah,
person
she loves
ever.
her reality TV.
I do. It's like homework to me. I'm like, I make it my job every single time. But yeah, so what I need everyone to do is refill. I'm actually going to go fill up my cup. So maybe this time I'll make it into the studio with it in my hand versus all over my partner over here. Feel really bad about that. Nope. So you guys all just refill and
hang out.
Come back. We're going to talk more spring break.
More spring break. Yeah.
Cheap deals and all the things.
We'll be right back with Stephanie.
Yes.
Are you ready for this?
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Because Christian Faith Publishing is an author-friendly publisher who understands that your labor is more than just a book. We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process, professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. And as always, you will retain 100% of the rights to your book.
I was looking to find a company that I could trust, one that assisted in the editing process completely.
The most important qualities that I was looking for was choose a publisher who is honest and upfront. No hidden costs or fees, and owning the rights to my own work.
Christian Faith Publishing will publish, market, and sell your books in all major bookstores, online booksellers, as well as specialty Christian bookstores. Call for your free author submission kit.
800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. That's 800-978-4812.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
1, 2, 3, now we're playing with the big boys. Gonna take it to the street, now we're gonna make a big noise. Gonna climb so high, now we're rising up.
It's my favorite part.
Are you ready now? Turn it up.
It took us a minute to figure out the song that we wanted, and when we ran across this song, we were like, That's it.
That's the one. Welcome back, everyone, to Hight Tea with Kim and Alyssa. We are here with Stephanie joining us from Everything Arlington and DFW. We're going to get right back into that soon. But for now, Alyssa, I need you to spill the reality.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, so we're coming towards the end of Bachelor season. Still coming off of the low of finding out that my favorite contestant is not who he ends up with.
Who was your favorite again?
Daisy.
Oh, Daisy. Yeah, I liked her.
She is partially deaf and just precious, just a amazing human being. And why he didn't choose her, I have no idea.
He was with the crazy girl from Louisiana, right?
He did. But then, the one girl that looked kind of mousy, Maria, she was kind of weird. And you know what? A lot of people are saying her dad looks like Joey. And she was like saying her dad was hot. And I just don't know how I feel about that. That's a little incestuous for me. So there's that. And then what else was? Oh, I did watch the first episode of Deal or No Deal Island.
Oh, I still haven't watched that.
Okay. So I knew about Deal or No Deal, how they included all
This
these.
is like Survivor meets Deal or No Deal,
Survivor
right?
meets Deal or No Deal, straight up. And it's very interesting to see how they have meshed the two. Like, I was really wondering how you could put the two together. But all the contestants on there are pretty cool. Boston Rob, everybody knows he got called out immediately.
Of course.
And then one of the girls on there that's a contestant was a briefcase girl.
Okay.
So there's that.
And
then Traders is still coming to the end. They got rid of Peter, the Bachelor. He was really on it. Like, he was so
I haven't
smart.
watched that one yet. You just told me about that one about a week ago, and
Peter was from The Bachelor, and I did not like him on The Bachelor, but on Traders, I was really on his team. I was like, yes, Peter, you're going hard. I'm on your team. I believe you. And everything he was saying was like right, but then all the little whispers and all that stuff. So he got kicked off, so I'm kind of mad. But, there's still more to come. The Challenge, which is an MTV original series.
You're still watching The Challenge?
Oh, you better believe it. I watch every season. It's on season 36
I don't think
or
I've
38,
watched
39.
that since like MTV was what it used to be. Like, it was like half music video, half real world. Like, it's been a minute since I've watched any of that.
I'm obsessed. And they just finished a new Challengers Challenge, and the reunion is so high drama. I love finding out about who's making out with who. Oh, it's just good stuff. CT and Johnny Bananas from
CT's still around.
He's
I do remember him.
He's on Traders.
Okay.
And I'm so rooting for him. Like, he is my Boston. Like, I just love him so much. And then I'm late to the game on watching. This is the last one I'll bring up, but I'm late to the game and watching. What was it called? House of Villains.
Oh yeah, you told me about that, and I didn't even look it up.
So many bad people.
Okay.
Omarosa was on there.
Okay.
And they were calling her some bad names, especially with Trump. They were like just saying all this hateful stuff.
Okay.
And then Corinne from The Bachelor, and she was a hot mess. And then, oh God, there's just so many like evil. This one girl from Bad Girls Club that banged the pots, and she's like, y'all ain't gonna sleep because of me.
Oh yeah, I do remember
I ain't
that.
gonna sleep because of you. And I am just dead. So House of Villains season 1, pretty good stuff.
Okay.
Really, really good.
Okay.
I can't think of anything else. Love is Blind.
Nope, we can't talk about it.
Okay, we're
'cause I'm
not talking
behind.
about Love is Blind, but you guys. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
I will watch it this weekend. I
Watch
promise.
it.
So we can talk about it next.
So many things. So many things. But
All right.
I'm gonna do one clue.
Nope,
That's it.
I don't want to hear
No
it.
clue. Okay,
No
fine.
clue.
Fine, y'all. I'll do it on my Facebook page. It's fine. Anyway, sorry, Stephanie. That is our reality.
It is.
That's all our trash. You guys add to it. Whatever reality shows you guys are watching, please let me know. Let me know which ones I need to be watching. Got to go back for them Housewives show. I haven't watched any of those, and I know I need to. But anyway, Stephanie, sorry. Do you watch any reality at all?
I don't watch any of it.
Sucked in,
Good
girl.
for you. So proud of you.
It's a slippery slope. It's like a drug addiction, you know?
I believe it.
Okay, so yes, welcome back. We are talking all things spring break. You guys, tons of things happening. I do want to bring up Stephanie's got all the happenings for Arlington, Fort Worth,
All over the
all over the place. And if you guys can't find some of these, you can go into Facebook and go to events and type in like whatever location you're looking for. And, you know, for whatever dates, you can customize the dates. You can say next week, whatever, and it will tell you some stuff like, so, Stephanie, I don't know, but next Thursday we'll be on the air, but next Thursday is Pie Day. Did you know that?
Yeah, 3.14. Yeah, that.
I don't know the rest of the numbers, but hey, it's Pie Day.
It's top 4. That's all you need.
That's all that matters. There is a walk at the Burleson Brick.
There is sponsored by the library down here. They're doing a 3.14 mile walk run, whatever you want to do. I believe it's free. I didn't see.
Yeah, it's free.
The library's hosting.
Starts at 6.
But it's
I'm thinking if you have to walk for more than an hour, then just bring your earbuds and then click on Facebook, and then you can
and then you guys
listen to us
for the rest of
while
your
you
walk.
walk. That's totally fine. The library is also doing on the day before, they're doing a teen laser tag.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it's in the garden and it's going to be all for teens.
What time are they doing that?
Yeah, it would have been great if I would have been better in my details and wrote that down, but I did not.
We'll find that out and we'll post that.
You know, I'm not Stephanie, okay? I'm not as good as her. Also, Lost Oak is doing live music at the winery every day next week. Thursday, they're actually going to do bingo. And then they'll have like a bingo and a food truck. I think food trucks for half of the week or something. But Mansfield the next weekend's Pickle Parade.
That's Saturday, right? The 16th,
the
I believe.
16th.
Yep.
And
I
then,
see Stephanie nodding.
and then also in Burleson, they're doing the pub crawl.
Oh, yep.
Which
we do have our pub
that
crawl.
Is not kid. I mean, I don't think you want to bring your kids to a pub crawl.
No, but it's a lot of the restaurants in Old Town.
Yeah. Don't put their life at risk. Leave the kids at home.
Yeah.
Just put your own life at risk. Get a ride. Get an Uber.
Yeah.
And then Kim is actually tell them about what you're putting your kids in.
So there is a horse ranch down in Godley that runs a 1 or 2 days you can sign your kids up for horse camp.
I love that.
I'm sending my kids for 2 days. They're super excited about it because usually we have swim lessons, but we don't have them next week. So I was like, hey, we're going to go ride horses. So they go, it's an all day thing. And they get shirts and they get to ride horses and drive pedal cars and have all sorts of fun.
Yeah. And I read they're going to do a ninja warrior thing.
Yeah, that's right up my kids' alley. That's at Triple Cross Ranch in Godley.
Where is this crap for adults? Like, I want to be
we
a
don't
kid.
need a ninja warrior course. Do
We
we not
don't.
remember what happened on the birthday in July? No.
Poor Brandon.
My husband
Tore
his rotator cuff and
it
all
was
this stuff.
just a little obstacle course.
All he did was jump up to a cargo net, and that's all it took.
And you know what, guys? I may be like an unhealthy person. But the fact that I made it out of there and Brandon didn't, and he's like buffer than I am.
He's a pretty fit dude.
He's a fit dude. I am not a fit chick. So I really would have put the bets on me.
So we're in our 30s and 40s, but we still like to pretend that we're 10 and 11.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly. Also for this is also for business owners or anyone involved in a business, small business, big business. But next Tuesday, I think that's the 12th, they're doing a network night here in Burleson at the Moretti's Popcorn Olive Oil store.
Oh, okay.
4:30 to 6, and they say bring your business cards and network. So I was like,
nice.
I think we're gonna have to do
We
that.
might, yeah.
I'm gonna be having a little combo with the old partner over here after we get off.
Okay.
So yeah, there's tons of stuff, and that's literally just the tip of the iceberg. So. And I'm sure it is for you too, Stephanie. Like, I'm sure there's a million activities going on, right?
Yes, there's so much.
That's nice.
So how do you narrow down what you're going to go and do, or what you're going to go and, post or anything like that?
Yeah, that's always part of the challenge, finding the things, and people will message me and ask me to post their events and their activities. And I try to promote ones. I will tell everybody, I'm like, if you have an event that is free to the public, I will happily put it on my list, promote it for free. If you are a for-profit business and you're wanting me to promote what you have, we're going to have to talk about, some kind of exchange here. But so when I go for my kind of weekly roundup on Thursdays that I do, I try to focus on things that are free, because I do know that I have a lot of the people that follow me come to me for kind of the cost-friendly activities that they can keep their kids entertained with. So I try to focus on free first, and then sometimes there are just things that sound really cool or kind of sound like a one-off that I'll include, as I find them.
That's nice.
Awesome.
Now, before you ever started this, the way it sounds, and it just drew me to this question. Before you ever started this blog, did you do sales or negotiations or any of that kind of stuff?
I didn't. I have just made everything up as I have gone along.
Love that.
Love it.
I love that. I was hoping that was going to be your answer, because if it wasn't, and you're like, oh yeah, I used to do negotiations all the time. I was like, well, we're not all that clever there, Stephanie.
I love it. Fly by the seat of your pants.
No, and the best things come from
absolutely.
that. So that's a huge blessing for you and your family, and obviously for all of us that get to, take part and take advantage of that, for sure.
So now I have a question. Do your kids are they ever like, Mom, do we have to go and do another thing? Or are they always excited to go and do something new?
That's my husband, who's like, oh my God, what do we have this weekend? He's the one who's always like, did you only get 4 tickets? Because I volunteer to not go if you did. No, my kids love it. But if you'll notice, as the years have rolled on, my 14-year-old does not love being in photos anymore. And of course, now we're of the age where a lot of her friends are on Instagram, and she'll come home from school and, Mom, 6 people saw your reel and they were all laughing at me. So she likes to opt out of things.
Okay.
She's usually still there and making faces, behind me at her sisters, as I'm photographing them.
Okay.
But, no, for the most part, every now and again we'll find something where one of them is like, oh, I don't want to go to that. But usually they're happy to go with me for now. We'll see how long it lasts.
I hope it keeps lasting, because I think this is awesome.
Yes.
If my teen boys are listening, they're probably gonna, when I come home tonight, they're gonna be like, why aren't you as cool as Stephanie? She takes her kids to do everything. Why do I not get to do anything? That's accurate. I can hear it already. Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
What else? I know you have a lot.
I know.
Down.
I was trying to do all the research and how to be a really good interviewer, but you're making it easy because you're super fun. So I love that. Now, do businesses ever do they ever come to you to ask you to connect with them, or to maybe even connect them with other businesses? Do you get involved in any kind of networking between businesses?
I haven't done a ton of networking. I probably should. It's probably like the next phase of this business where I need to be. But no, I definitely get, as my page grows, I definitely get people who reach out to me and say, what does it take to get on your page? And then a lot of times, if they have if they work with me and they get good response from it, then they'll, tell 10 of their friends that like, hey, she will work with her. She'll get your name out there. So it's kind of word of mouth. I do a little of, sometimes I just go and I'll find a place and I'll think, you know what, I don't want to go through all the channels to contact them and negotiate. I'm just going to, walk up and enjoy it. But as it's grown, and I think a lot more businesses now know, I mean, the worlds of influencing, and I love hate saying, and I'm an influencer. I mean, I'm not 20 something anymore. I don't have TikTok. I'm not any of that, but
your job is
I'm an influencer.
Oh, right. Oh,
so, a lot more businesses now have realized, the reach of some of these social media people. And so a lot of them, especially the bigger ones, they have whole teams dedicated to this. And so a lot of them, you can even just go online and like apply to work with them. A lot of like Kalahari in Austin, they have a whole program. You have to meet XYZ qualifications. You have to apply, send a whole media kit. So a lot of these companies now have become more savvy with it. A lot of places, if they have, money behind them, will do big like media nights to kind of get all over Instagram and get all over Facebook and all over TikTok. And so I always feel like I'm like, oh, I made it because they invited me to their thing,
You did.
So,
you do. That's
yes,
so cool.
It makes me excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, guess where I got invited? And my husband's like, I just hear one more thing I have to do, after I work all day. I'm like,
oh my
that's
gosh.
what this is.
So question, what would you say is one of the, in these years of you doing this, what would you say is one of your most favorite experiences that you got to have?
Oh gosh, we've gotten to do a lot of cool, just openings and things. But I will say I've been lucky enough to get to do some different press trips, kind of within driving distance of Arlington. And so a couple of years ago, the girls and I went to Wichita, Kansas. And I know people are like, why would you go to Kansas? What's in Kansas? And I mean, I'm from the Midwest, so Kansas, feels a little bit like home. No, but Wichita actually had a lot of fun things to do, and they really like rolled out the red carpet for us when we came. We got a really nice hotel room, and they sent us to some really cool museums and their botanical gardens and some really cool places to eat. And so it was a lot of fun, and I really felt like, before I came to Wichita, if somebody would have said, I'm going to vacation in Wichita, I would have said, why are you going to do that? But, now that I've been there, I'm like, no, Wichita is great. And, it's only 5 hours from Arlington. Like it's not even, it's just straight up 35 and there's plenty to do and it's super inexpensive. So if you were just like, I want to go to another state for vacation and I need some place where I can get, good bang for my buck, like Wichita is it, you guys.
Okay.
It's got a lot of fun stuff.
I don't know that I'm allowed in Kansas. I hit a honey badger once, just once. It ran out in front of me. My best friend Angie will tell you that I hit it on purpose, but that little sucker, he ran out. He wanted to end his life. Okay. It was not me.
Yeah, so Wichita, that's good to know because when we go back and forth to Minnesota, we have the past, I don't know, we stopped one time and we stopped in a really small itty bitty town. But now I know, okay, Wichita, maybe we can extend our trip for a day or two.
Yeah. I would have never thought.
No, me neither.
That's
I mean, also say
go.
Yes.
Get through Kansas because there is nothing here.
Yes. Correct.
Now I know.
Oh my gosh. That is so cool. Okay, so next week, I know you posted it. There's tons of stuff going on at museums, at what was the other things that I saw? There was
some Mario thing going on.
Yes.
Was that Bedford or Benbrook?
The Bedford Library has it's like Mario Madness, and it's every day at 2 p.m. and it's a different craft every day.
Okay.
Different crafts and activities related to Mario Brothers, and then on Friday you can go and watch the movie and have snacks. So I thought that was kind of fun. But
this Saturday is actually supposedly Mario Day, I guess.
Oh,
We look up
okay.
all the
So that makes
random
sense.
National
national
holidays. Yeah.
holidays like tomorrow.
Yes.
I don't agree with it, but it's called the Be Nasty Day, which I guess it means to be mean, but I'm not going to be mean. Maybe I'll be
Today's
mean.
National Cereal Day. I know that.
I did see that, National Cereal Day.
I love a good bowl of cereal.
Hey, tomorrow is Peanut Cluster Day. I'll throw down some peanut clusters. Maybe.
Okay. I'm like, I like peanut butter, but I'm
Yes.
peanut
Yes.
Yep. Oh no, wait. What's today?
Today's the 7th.
The 7th. Okay. I don't know why I thought today was the 8th. So yeah, and then we have 3/9 Barbie Day, Crab Meat Day, and Meatball Day. They're all on the same day. So what are you supposed to do?
Random combination of things.
Play with Barbies while you eat
Seriously.
meatballs?
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
Okay.
Fun. You go ahead with yourself. Something else that I forgot to bring up in Burleson. So have you ever gone to Russell Farms or ever heard of it in Burleson?
Mm-mm.
So it's a really cute place. It's a little farm, and they have been really
stepping up their game
with classes and things for like homeschooling parents. They have like on 3/23 of this month, there's donuts with the Easter Bunny, and then next week and every week after, they're doing like on Fridays it's wood shop or watercolors, but for ages 12 to 18, and then there's Tuesdays they do farm school for ages 6 to 12. So I'm like, they're really stepping up their game.
They do a lot of date night things too. Like you come and you have dinner, and there's like two-stepping and all sorts of fun things for you to do. Well,
I feel like me and Kim just need to be your Burleson affiliate for
Burleson
deals.
Yes.
I
love it.
When you're finding deals, okay, so how would you encourage, besides your website, like how would you encourage people to expand their horizons and really find those deals, or what can they do to be more I don't know, what am I looking for? What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. Adventurous?
Sure, yeah, more adventurous. Like what would you say to encourage a family that needs to step outside of the box or whatever?
There are quite a few Instagram pages that have really come up in the past couple of years, and I feel confident in saying I'm one of the few that does kind of family friendly, like Arlington and beyond. But if you're looking for Dallas activities, Fort Worth activities, there are several pages you can follow there that will really help you branch out. And one of the things that I love, that I'm an affiliate with, so full caution there, but if you've ever heard of Pogo Pass, it's a great way to go out. You can buy. I worked for a company for years called Parachute Kids, and COVID totally killed them. But that was part of how I really discovered things when I was really getting into kind of influencing and blogging, was to this company called Parachute Kids. And Pogo Pass is very similar to that, but it's kind of like similar to like a class pass, if you've ever heard of class pass for like fitness classes.
Okay.
But so Pogo Pass, you can go, and I shared it a couple days on my page, but you can go and buy one Pogo Pass, and then you can use that Pogo Pass for like 25 or 30 different activities all over DFW. And so part of how I kind of branched out was going to Pogo Pass. And then on days when I was like, you guys, we're not going to spend a lot of money today. Pogo Pass right now, it's like $45 a person. And with that, like we've been to, speaking of gaming, like Frisco has a national video game museum, and it's a ton of fun to go to. Again, if you have a gamer, so that initiative is included. You can go to the Fort Worth Zoo, you can go to the Texas Discovery Gardens, you can go to Hawaiian Falls when that opens. You can go to like a Sidekicks game, which is indoor soccer. It's up in Frisco. You can go to a Fort Worth, I'm going to butcher this word, I don't speak Spanish, but Vaqueros game. I totally butchered that, but it's another like that. It's outdoor soccer in Fort Worth. So it really, those kind of things are a good way to go to places you might not normally go if you're like, this doesn't sound very exciting.
Pass, and then your admission is on the pass. So after you pay for the pass, is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay. That's awesome.
Yeah. And some of them, like with Pogo Pass, for example, they partner with Alley Cats here locally in Arlington, and so you can go.
Getting one of those.
Your Pogo Pass is good for 1 year. So you buy one per person, but with Alley Cats, you can go play around a mini golf every month. It resets. You can go mini golf. With like Kid Mania, if you've been there up in North Fort Worth, it's one of those like McDonald's play areas times 1,000.
Yeah.
You can go up there. That's got a couple of visits on there, but it's a good way to discover different activities, like the National Bowling Museum that's up in Arlington, close to Six Flags.
Yeah.
Like, again, maybe a place that you're like, oh, I don't know, would that be any fun? And the girls and I went and we loved it. They've got a little like old school bowling lane that you can just keep playing until somebody else wants a turn, or until you've lost enough rounds that you're like, I'm over this. But it's a lot of fun. So it's a good way to discover different things to do. And then just on Instagram too. I'm constantly, if you go on Instagram, you can search by like DFW kids or DFW fun by different hashtags.
Okay.
And that can help you, come up with fun places too.
Nice.
Love that.
Gosh, Stephanie, that is all the best information. I know. I feel stacked for things to do. I feel like I've got a good direction and where to go. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. We only have a minute left. Stephanie, thank you so much for spending time with us. We just appreciate it, and I know all of our people will be reaching out to you more and more.
Yes.
And we'll have you on again sometime. I know your deals are all the time, so yay! Thank you so much.
Yes. And we will be sure to link your Facebook.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yes,
absolutely.
Thank you so much. And we don't have much time. Next week is Pie Day, so when you come to listen, I say
we might be eating pie.
We might
never
be
know
eating pie.
what we're gonna do.
We might have a drink called pie. Who knows? You never know. You can't be sure with us. But we love you guys so much. Make sure you guys go to what is Everything Arlington and DFW.
Is that your Instagram name as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep,
don't forget that. And then look up this Pogo Pass. I'm so excited about this.
Check that out.
Like I'm still picking my jaw off of the floor.
Yeah.
So that is incredible. Yes. Thank you for the deals and all the good things. And then you guys look up events in Facebook for all the other things happening. You can find it everywhere.
Oh,
really.
It's all over the place.
But follow Stephanie for sure.
Yes.
And we'll definitely,
Thank you. So
I'll
much.
be sure to post everything on our page. So you're there.
That is incredible. Well, enjoy the rest of your night.
Yes.
Stay dry. We'll hope
It's raining hard here, so stay dry.
Definitely making some noises over here. We're okay with that. We're fine.
We're fine.
But next week pie, and we'll talk more fun things. We haven't narrowed it down to a subject yet, but we will.
We will.
So you guys, hey, whatever you got, whatever tea is in your cup, make sure
sip it, spill it, and savor it.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.